Managing challenging behaviors is probably the biggest problem special education teachers face. If you find yourself constantly redirecting and correcting your students' behaviors, try using a social story. Special education classrooms are often made up of many different grade levels, many different ability levels, and many different learning styles. This diversity can often lead to challenging behaviors that we as teachers must learn to manage in order to continue with our instruction. Social stories are a powerful tool that we can use to help our students understand and practice appropriate behaviors. Social stories are usually fairly short, with repeatable text and engaging images that describe a particular behavior. It will often address what the negative behavior may be, places it may occur, and ways for the student to respond that are appropriate. It can also provide reminders that the student can easily refer to or recall when they find themselves in that particular situation. Finally, these social stories should provide clear alternatives to replace the negative behaviors that may be occurring. Some people think social stories are only for students who have autism or severe behavioral challenges, but that is not the case. This visual support and repeatable text are very helpful for a majority of students. This extra level of support removes a barrier that may impede them from even recognizing their behavior may be inappropriate or unacceptable to others. So how do we go about implementing the use of a social story? These stories often need to be tweaked to match the exact situation your student may be experiencing. Once the story seems to fit your particular situation, you should print 2 copies. One copy stays at school, and the other copy should go home so the parents can practice reading it with their child. The story should be read fairly frequently in the beginning, especially during times when the student is calm and engaged. In addition, it should be read just before the time the behavior is most likely to occur. For example, if you see this problem behavior in the cafeteria, be sure to read this story with your student prior to lunchtime. Finally, revisit the story after these problem times occur. Evaluate with the student how he or she did, and if he or she were able to remember and use the tips from the social story. With time, the story will become part of your student's internal dialogue and will only be necessary for occasional reminders. In addition, the social story is a good reminder for us as teachers as well to be watchful for disruptive behaviors and how we should approach redirecting the student in a consistent and positive manner. If you would like to see more examples of social stories and how they can be incorporated into your classroom, visit my store, Special Needs for Special Kids, at teacherspayteachers.com. I currently have over 35 social stories available. You'll be amazed at how a small addition to your day can have such a positive and significant impact on the behavior of your students.